Development Masterclass Series Day 10. And I hope you guys are super excited for this session. If you are really excited about it, all people who are present in the live simply post super excited Sanjay in your live chat. And first of all, before going further, I really wanted to ask you, how was your 9 days of experience? Because we are really nearly in between of 30-day series on this full stack. So how was your experience, guys? Okay, just share your all the feedbacks in the live chat, positives, negatives, or anything. You can just share it in the live chat. So definitely, I'm really open to read it. And I really believe that instead of teaching you syntax oriented thing where it will lead you to demotivated, like where you won't proceed with the courses. Instead, we are moving towards the projects and we are really learning the syntax parallelly. I really believe that you are really doing huge homeworks where exploring a lot of syntaxes and how to write the code and etc. So other than that, you just give your comments in the live chat, guys. Okay, so let us begin the today's session, and I hope you all really ready to react. Yes, the today's session is gonna be on the React. So if you are really excited about the React session, you just post super ready Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, or you guys are really ready and excited. So if you are really excited, you just post excited. Otherwise, you just post ready Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so that's what the today's session is all about. So first of all, before going into the React or Angular kind of discussion, let me tell you a small story. Whenever you have any website, okay, even we guys have built a lot of website, right? So while talking about the previous website we guys have built, if you are really working on something like any interaction, if you are really doing in the website, so that complete web page is gonna be refreshed, completely. For an example, if you are really having this website, so in this website you are doing some activity. Just for an example, I'm going to fill up this form. Okay, I'm going to fill up this form or anything, any kind of activity whenever you are really doing here. So it is going to completely refresh this page, right? So if this is a form here, so I'm going to give my information. It is just a form, but other than that, I'm telling you, a lot of other actions. So whenever you are clicking something, it is completely refreshing on the top left corner. So that's what the first thing which I really want to tell you. Okay, before the Facebook and Instagram, these things came, whenever you're really having this type of website, if you are really doing some activity there, like clicking a button or hovering it or something, okay, so not hovering, it like clicking a button or filling up a certain thing or adding it to the cart or something, or it might be like wish list or anything. So that complete website will be refreshed. So that is what the first thing which I really want to tell you. The website will be completely refreshed. Complete all over the website is going to be completely refreshed. So what does it mean by the refreshing? Refreshing is nothing but, as we have already learned about how the website works and how the internet works and etc. I hope you all remember that. So while talking about that, if you are really having a website and you are doing some activity like you are filling up these details, and whenever you're clicking that send message, it is going to send to the server, and again, the whole complete website is going to be completely refreshed because it is going to get the next instruction where, or else it is going to completely refresh. That's what the refreshing which I'm really wanted to talk about. Because while talking about that whole page refreshing, that's what the difference is, that multi-page application and single page application. So the multi-page applications are the traditional website. Whenever you are clicking some button, the whole complete website will be completely refreshed. So those type of application is known as a multi-page application. Okay, whatever the activity you are doing, it might be adding card, it might be clicking some button, it might be anything, but the whole complete website will be refreshed. That part or that type of website is known as multi-page application and a traditional website. Whereas on the other hand, if you are really opening your Swiggy application in your mobile phone, just open your Swiggy. Okay, whenever you are really opening a Swiggy, or you might be opening, a Facebook or anything, if you are really loved some dish, okay, you are going to click, or you're going to hit heart symbol in that. Okay, so whenever you are really clicking the heart symbol in the mobile phone, is the complete page is refreshing? You just give your comments in the live chat, guys. Is the complete page is getting refreshed? No, it is just going to have that only one heart which is going to be present there. That's what the single page application is. Even if you are really talking about, so let me show you that. So whenever, if you are really navigating here, okay, so I'm just navigating into Swiggy or this type of website, and you have some certain dish, okay, it is having some dish like this, all the dishes shown, okay, anyhow, it's good. But other than that, if you really love something, if you are really hitting, hard or something, it is available in the mobile actually. So whenever it is there, whenever you are hitting that, the whole complete page is not going to be refreshed. So guys, carefully watch. So if you are in the Swiggy, okay, so whenever you are hitting some button and if it is navigating into the another page, so that is said to be a multi-page application. When it is going to completely refresh by itself, it is going to access the data from the server and it is going to be completely refreshed. So that type, which is known as multi-page application. But at the same time, whenever you are clicking, heart in a certain page, okay, or else look how that I'm just going to enable this. Okay, look how that whenever I'm enabling it, have you noticed something? That complete page is not refreshed. So even I'm enabling or disabling, only this filter, only the data which is under this topics is getting changed. Even right now, first two dishes are vegetarian and third dish are non-veg because of the red and green symbol. And whenever I'm clicking non-veg, that complete that section has been filtered out. It is going to only giving me the, non-vegetarian dishes. So that type, the best example I really want to show you as an example. That's why I'm telling you. That's why the difference between multi-page and single-page application. Guys, if you are clear about it, you just post clear Sanjay in your lecture, guys. Are you clear about it? So that is what the two different, very important thing which you should keep it in your mind. Because when Facebook entered into the market, when people are navigating into one post to the next post, third post, fourth post, fifth post, if they are putting a like, if they are writing a comment, that complete page should not be refreshed. That facebook.com/feed, any post you are navigated and you have given a like, that whole complete page should not be refreshed. So that is the time where Facebook really wanted to create an application which should not completely refresh the page. On the time, Angular is already there. Angular is a framework which has been already developed by the Google. But on the time, Facebook don't want to use Google's product Angular, because sometimes if there is any changes or if anyone sued them or for any reason, if there is any problem with Angular and Facebook, definitely there is going to be a problem for them. So that's why Facebook come up with a certain a library, which is a JavaScript library called React. Guys, if you are really hearing for the first time, you just post FT in your lecture, guys. So that is where Facebook came up with the React. So with the help of the React, whenever the people are scrolling post or anything, even though the people are clicking like or comment or repost, the whole complete page is not going to be refreshed. Instead, only that instant, if you are putting a like, that emoji will be changed. That's it. Other than that, the whole complete website is not going to be changed. That's what the single page application is. Okay. So while talking about the multi-page application, it is normal thing. It can be done with the help of, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, or in the backend, PHP, Ruby, Python, Django. Likewise, you can do. And other than that, while talking about the single page application, it can be done with the help of React or Angular or Vue.js. Is it clear? So based on our need, okay, just imagine if you are really creating a personal website, as I have already shown you the demo, right? So whenever you are talking about the personal website don't require, that single page design, single page application and all, because it is just a page. Okay, if the people are clicking a button, we are going to open something. Even this, pop-up, we guys have did it with the help of JavaScript's DOM. So other than that, it doesn't require, that kind of, advanced, interactive thing without any refresh, the whole complete page refresh. So that is where you can use a normal multi-page applications by using a normal HTML, CSS, JavaScript. But other than that, whenever it requires that single page application where the page should not be refreshed, that can be done with the help of this Angular, React, or Vue.js. And also, while talking about the key characteristics, which I've given you clear explanation, guys, whenever you have a free time, you just go through this mind map. This mind map is the Bible of the full stack web development, where I've given you the clear-cut content with the real-life examples. And also, it might be looking like a bigger kind of text, but it is going to be super easy, very, single line of command. Look how that server-side rendering and page reload and multiple HTML pages. That's what the multi-page application is. Whenever you're talking about the key characteristics of SPA, client-side rendering, it is not going to completely refresh based on from the server side. It is going to be rendering only on the client side. Even it is not going to refresh the whole complete page. And also asynchronous JavaScript and XML, that I'll be talking about it. And single HTML page. On the time, you'll be going for this SPA. And also, we guys have discussed about the pros and cons. So while talking about the pros, it is SEO friendly and simplicity and scalability. And while talking about the pros of SPA, user experience. Yes, user experience is really high. So likewise, all the pros and cons has been completely shared for you. So which is the difference between the multi-page application and SPA? If you are clear about the MPA and SPA, you just post clear in your live chat. Okay, that's why the first important point. So I hope right now you understood what is the very importance of this type of frameworks and libraries such as like React and Angular and Vue. So with the help of that, we can able to increase the user experience, because it is not going to completely load or refresh the whole complete page. So instead, it is going to load in only on the client side, and the user experience is also going to be increased. So that is where this type of framework, which is going to be frameworks or library, which is going to be used a lot. So that's what the first thing which I really want to tell to you before jumping onto the React directly. And second thing which we really want to discuss is some people, not all people, some people, whenever you are listening to any videos or any something, you might hear that your React is a framework. Actually, believe me, React is not a framework. React is just a library. Actually, Angular is a framework, but React is a library. Just to understand the difference between the library and then framework, because hereafter, you should not get confused. Do I go with the framework or do I need to go with the library? So that's why I really wanted to share that with you. So while talking about the library is an essential collection of functions and tools that performs a specific task. But whereas a framework, on the other hand, which provides a more comprehensive and rigid structure. For an example, if you really want to create an end-to-end product where based on the standard, if your application want to work, people will be moving on to the framework. But whenever people need a flexibility based on their need, if something, some repeated functions or thing which is needed, on the time people will be going for a library. Guys, are you clear? Okay, you can think of a library, a set of utilities that you call upon to perform certain actions within your application. In your application, if you need something, you can do that with the help of the library. But whereas if you're talking about the frameworks, you just look at that the frameworks calls your code rather than your code calling the framework. So it is like, what is it? It's like whenever you need flexibility, where whatever the need which you have, based on that, you are going to fix something. So people will be moving on to the library. But at the same time, if there is some end-to-end product need to be done, if it is an Android application, means there is some set of rules and regulations, everything is out there. So all the rules and regulations, if need to be followed, which is a rigid structure where that end-to-end solution need to be provided, on the time people will be moving on to the frameworks. Are you clear about the library versus the frameworks? If you are clear about the L and F, you just post LVF in your live chat, guys, which is library versus framework. Okay, so that's what the thing. And even in the library, while talking about the control, when using a library, the developer is in control. You decide when to call the library, what aspects of the library, when you need to use. But whereas we are talking about the framework, that framework is going to take a control. Based on the framework, you need to organize your program, and whatever the rules and regulation which is present in that framework, you need to change whatever you really created based on the framework. That's what the framework is. And while talking about the examples of libraries, on the front end, the React is a library, Lodash is a library, Moment.js is a library, jQuery is a library. So jQuery is a JavaScript library that simplifies the HTML, DOM, tree transferals, and manipulation. And for the backend, Express is also one of the library, and also Pillow, these are all, Python libraries, something like this. So other than that, while talking about the examples, React, Moment.js or Lodash or jQuery or Express.js. So these are all the example of libraries. Whereas while talking about the examples of frameworks, your Angular is a framework and your Django is a framework. Even in a Python, there are a lot of other frameworks also out there. So this is what the framework and libraries example. So out of that, really what we are really going to step into it, we are going to step into the library and also choosing between the library and framework in the full stack web development. The people who really having a doubt, Sanjay, you are really given the clear explanation about the difference between the library and a library and the framework. And but I'm confused what I should choose. On that time, you can just base it on different factors. For example, if based on the project requirements, or like frameworks might be overall overkill for small, simple application, or when you need more flexibility in your design and implemented choices, the library can be more suitable in these cases. So whenever your application is very small and whenever you need very good flexibility in your program, people will be moving on to the library instead of moving on to the frameworks. Whereas if you're talking about the scalability, frameworks often come into the built-in patterns and tools that support scalability. For an example, if you are really creating any application, so that application which you are really want to build it bigger or any maintenance, something like that or anything. So there is some framework which has been returned clearly, that tool which is going to make you to do it perfectly. Okay, so that's where for the scalability, people will be moving on to the framework. Okay, for the project requirement, if it is a small kind of project, people will be moving on to the library. For the large scale project where it really requires a high scalability, people will be moving on to the frameworks. And third thing, development speed. So while talking about the development speed, definitely framework is going to play a role because it is already having a lot of pre-written codes and features. So you are going to just simply adapt your code inside your framework so that the development speed is also going to be really high in the framework. And team skill level, while talking about the team skill level, like whenever you are really building some team to work on a certain project, if it is based on the library, they can able to complete it faster. But if it is a framework based, they want to have a very deep skill on the framework. Otherwise, they can't able to adapt their code based on the framework. Guys, did you guys have got very good clear idea about the multi-page MPA multi-page application and single page application and framework and libraries? Guys, did you guys have got very good clear idea? So if you have got very good clear idea, you all people just post some bulb emoji in the live chat or bulb on Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, so that's what the thing. Okay, while talking about this clarity, why we are jumping onto this type of frameworks or libraries such as like React, Angular or Vue.js. And even though you are choosing that, what is the difference between library and framework? What type of project you need to go for framework? What type of project you need to go for the library? So when you need a flexibility, library is good. And whenever you need a rigid solution, end-to-end deployment, even in end-to-end deployment, you can also do it with the help of library. But other than that, if you really want to have that scalability for higher level of application, that framework will be suitable. And development speed. So everything we guys have discussed up to this point of the time. Are you clear, guys? So if you are super clear, you just post SC in your live chat. Are you super clear about it? Shall I move further towards this React application? We are going to build something. Okay, if you are really ready for it, you just post ready Sanjay in your live chat. Okay. So while talking about the React, which is a JavaScript library, which we are going to use it for creating some applications, but it can be done very, in an organized manner. So while talking about this, the React.js, the very important first thing which you really want to keep it in your mind is the components. So why, Sanjay, what is the component is? Why it is so is, for an example, you just imagine this task which we have did. which is a Netflix clone we guys have did, right? So on the Netflix, if you are really creating a Netflix, there are something you can consider as like individual components. So whenever you really require that, you can call that. For an example, if it is a Netflix, at the top, this is the bar, which is a nav bar. So you can create an individual component for the nav bar. And you can create an individual component for the menu, which is present in the nav bar. You can create an individual component for this other right-hand side sections. Because in our program, we guys have created an individual div, and we guys have did an individual formatting for it. Likewise, a lot of things we have did. Even if you really require the same menu on the anywhere at the else, you really want to call in a different way, right? So, but in this React, you can create each and every individual thing as a component. So when it required, you can call that component. Guys, don't watch this movie. How many of you are really watching this movie? Please don't watch the movie and listen to that. Okay. So here in this heroic section, here we have one logo and paragraph and 2 buttons. You can group this and you can create as like a component. Like you can have this as an individual component, this as an individual component, this as a component. So likewise, you can create a multiple component, and whenever it really requires, you can able to easily fetch it. Even if you really want to modify it, you can able to easily do that. Guys, as we have already discussed something, while talking about the DOM, and under the, JavaScript, we guys have discussed about the DOM, right? So while talking about the DOM, which is like a tree kind of structure, where based on the human's interaction, based on the user's interaction, whenever the people are interacting with the website, something is happening, right? So even previously, we guys have did this task. Like in this website, when people are reaching this position, it just got scrolled. So this is what the thing which we have did it with the help of the DOM, right? When the person reached that certain section, we guys have changed that, change that certain element, or we are going to put some animations, or so that thing which has been done with the help of the DOM. But that DOM is going to be virtually managed by this React. That's what the very important thing. And while talking about the key features of the React, first thing is declarative. So you can able to create an interactive UI, design simple views of each state in your application, and React will efficiently update and render just the right component when your data change, which is nothing but whenever you are really talking about this React, as I've already told you, you can create each and everything as like components. So here, this section is a component. So whenever people are hovering, it should open, it should pop up, and it should show the video. This is what one of the action. Okay, so based on the event here, what is the event? You are hovered with your mouse. Whenever people are hovering with your mouse, with the mouse, that video need to be played without an audio. So that's what the action. So with the help of this React, you can able to create an individual component for certain section. Even another very important thing, you don't want to create the separate component like for this one. When open the Spider-Man video, and when another 5 lines of code, when people are hovering this, show the video. Not like that. It is like a generalized function you can create, and you can iterate through that. So the ID, if it is ID is 1, that is Spider-Man Far From Home. If the ID is 2, that is Journey to the Center of the Earth. If ID is 3, that is a Stranger Things. If ID is 4, that is All of Us Dead. So that is what it's all about. Guys, is it amazing? If it is amazing, you just post amazing Sanjay in your live chat. Or even you just post AG Sanjay in your live chat. So based on that, we can create as like an individual component, and we can change that easily, because everything has been individually have it as like a small kind of tokens. I mean, small kind of components. So you can able to easily change that. Okay, and based on the user's interaction with that. And while talking about the component, build encapsulated components that manage their own state and compose them to make complex UI. So by using a multiple number of individual components to make a very good complex UI. For an example, if that user interface is very complex, you can create as like a small individual components and you can merge it together to render together. And also learn once, write anywhere. React can also render on the server using Node and power mobile apps using a React native. Yes, whenever you are really writing, React, whenever you are really learning React and all, you can also use the frameworks like React native to create the mobile application as well. So guys, is it clear? Okay, so that can be done with the help of this React. And while talking about the React ecosystem, these are all some of the things which you really want to keep it in your mind. So NPM, I hope you already discussed about that. We have already discussed about that, Node package manager. So whenever you really have any JavaScript library that can be installed or that can be handled with the help of the NPM. And another very important thing I wanted to tell, but I will tell that later because while talking about the creating an apps. And here we have a Webpack, a module bundler that lets you compile the JavaScript modules. Babel, okay, Babel is also there. I'll show you. Even online compiler is also out there, how you can able to compile the modern JavaScript. And also here we have a React router. While talking about the React router, it is very simple. For an example, whenever you are really creating any application which is having a multiple tons and tons of pages, where there need to be link between each and everything. For an example, even if you are really going into this, Netflix. So if you are really in this, here this button which is wanted to do some other activity, and here different activity, and here there's a different activity, here this is different activity. So likewise, there are a lot of things which is going to navigate into a different thing. So you can able to route the path or route the path, what are the things you are really interacting with and how it need to be shown. So React or router, and then Redux and Mobex, which we are going to see, which is going to be really helpful for managing the application state. And Next.js, a framework for server rendered or statistically exported React application. If you really want to create an application, as I've already told you, you can use this Next.js. And also, while talking about the React, if you really want to going to create a React application, you can do it with the help of a lot of ways. One way is the defaultly available React app, and there is also an alternative way. How many of people are really aware about it? Okay, so first of all, while talking about so for each and everything, I've given you some real life examples. This React ecosystem. So for that, I've given you some of the examples. So on the example, first of all, we are talking about the components, simplified way to write components as a JavaScript function. So more feature-rich way to define components that include their own state and lifecycle method. For example, if you are really want to print some message, okay, hello Sanjay or something. If that hello Sanjay, if that is the one complete thing which you can create as a component. So here it has been created in terms of like function oriented, or else sometimes you can create in terms of class oriented, but it is a function oriented. It is going to print some message. That's what you can create as like a component. I'll show you. And while talking about the props is very simple, which is like a properties. Okay, properties, we can able to pass the data from parent to the child with the help of the props. Here, welcome name is equals to Alice. Actually, here already one component has been created. So inside that component, we are passing one property called name from from normal place to the component. Okay, inside the component, we guys have passed the Alice is the properties of name. Okay, the name is the ID. So we have passed the Alice into it. So it is going to be printed like hello Alice. Okay, that's where the thing. And here we have a state. State is more private and fully controlled by the component. State allows React component to respond to user input and system events, as we have already discussed. So we really want to really waiting for any event to be happen. So based on that, you need to change the state from one to another. So here this is the function counter. So import use state from the React. So like based on the click, it is going to start keep on counting. Okay, whenever you are clicking one button twice, thrice, 4 times or 5 times, it is going to keep on recording that event. Okay, that is the state. Okay, whether the button has been clicked or not clicked. If it is clicked, it is going to increment a certain count value. So that okay, the state to record about it. And same as like here we have JSX, and here we have hooks, and here we have lifecycle methods and context API. So we'll be learning on the upcoming part. Don't worry about it. And right now, we'll jump on to the bit hands-on. So if you are ready for it, you just post ready Sanjay in your live chat. Okay, are you ready for it? So if you are ready for it, you just post ready Sanjay in your live chat. So guys, first of all, while talking about the React, you can create the mobile application using a React native. If you are really good at, you might have explored this 360. Okay, so you might have heard about this 360, device, right? So if you really wanted to work on creating the virtual reality kind of application, so that can be done with the help of React 360. And even if you really want to create a desktop application, that can be done with the help of Electron.js. And if you really want to create a static website, that can be done with the help of Gatsby. And server rendered application, that can be done with the help of Next.js. And IoT, even if you really wanted to create some IoT application using the React, that can be done with the help of Node-RED. On the other hand, most of the time, people will be suggesting you is the normal progressive web application. If you really wanted to create, people will be using the CRA, create React app. This is the default. Majority of the people will be using it. But here in this moment, in this 2024, another updation is also there where people will be using the white. Guys, how many of you are really hearing white for the first time? So either you can create an application using CRA, create React app, or you can create an application using a white as well. Okay, there is a two-way. Okay, this application is also, this can be done. So majority of the time people will be using this create React app. But other than that, some of the other faster application is also can be created with the help of the white as well. So that's why I given the instruction to execute. Okay, how you can able to create the certain application or something that can be done with the help of the this white as well. Okay, so first of all, now let us jump on to the hands-on session. Okay, so what we are going to do is, first of all, we are going to delete this. Okay, look out that how much memory it is. Okay, it is a normal application which I'm attempt to create by using this React. So this is what it is all about. Okay, all the files which is out there. Okay, so now what we are going to do is, we have a certain folder. So what you just do is, guys, you just right click and click new and create a new folder. Okay, I'm just giving the name like demo. Okay, just get into this demo folder. And you can right click and you can click show more option and you can open with the code. Okay, normal thing. Okay, as always, we used to execute these steps. So please open your empty folder in your Visual Studio Code. But before that, there are some prerequisites. I hope you guys have already installed the Visual Studio Code, and I hope you guys have already installed the you guys have already installed other thing like Node.js as well. Okay, so first of all, key features and React concepts. Okay, this is our idea. We will talk about it. So yeah, so while talking about the prerequisites, first you really require the Node.js. I hope you guys have already installed the Node.js. To check it out, first open your Visual Studio Code. You have already set it up, all the environments and etc. etc. You just open the terminal, click and new terminal, and in the terminal you just simply type node space -v to check it out whether Node has been properly installed in your system or not. So here we guys have used node space -v, so which is v18.17.1. so that's what the version which I have. So it is going to make sure whether you have installed the node properly or not. So if you haven't installed the node, please go and install the Node.js. Okay, go there, click download, and for the Windows or anything, you just choose it, and you can just install that Node.js first. So because since we have already installed it, I'm not going to do it right now because I've already installed the node. So that's what the first requisites. And second thing, you can check it out is the prettier code formatter, because whenever you're writing the program, it need to be aligned, and everything it need to be done by itself, okay, properly. So on that time, you can just check it out this prettier. Okay, go to the extension and type prettier in your search, and please install this. So this is the code formatter. So it's a opinionated code formatter. It enforces a consistent style by passing your code and reprinting it with its own rules. That takes the maximum line length into account, wrapping code when necessary. So this is what automatic code formatter. So you just please install that prettier. That's what the second thing you should do. Okay, and third thing, what you need to check it out is format on save. So what you just do is you just open your settings. Here we have a settings. You just open your settings and type format on save. So what is meant by format on save is, because we have already installed the prettier right now. So whenever the code is getting saved, it is going to be automatically formatted by itself. So please enable that. Format a file on save. A formatter must be available. The file must not be saved after delay, and the editor must not be shutting down. Look at that. Just simple. So whenever the formatter a file, a formatter must be available. So already we have installed the prettier. So right now we guys have enabled this option as well, format on save. So whenever we are really saving the program, that program is going to be completely formatted by itself. That's what the settings is all about. So we guys have done that. We have done the two prerequisites, the very important thing. So very important, these three things we guys have created. So now the step number 1. Create a React application. As I've already told you, to create a React application, there is a two-way. One way, you can use a CRA methodology, or you can use this faster web application. There is a two ways. You can use this command, npm space, create space white at latest. So which is like mentioning the version. So npm I, it will install all the required packages. Even if I want you to show you, okay, wait a minute. What I can do is I can create two folders for you. One is for here we have white and CRA. Okay, one is for CRA. Another one is for white. Okay, so for an example, oh my god. Yeah. So I have two folders, CRA folder and white folder. So now I just get into the white folder right now. Okay, I'm not into the CRA folder. I'm into the white folder. So once you are into the white folder, right now we can create an application using a white by using the syntax. So what you can do is, first of all, you need to get into the white. To get into the white in the command prompt, let me zoom it a bit, guys, so that you can see it properly. Yes. So in this terminal, if you really want to get into that directory first, let me type cd and let me type white. Okay, from the current working directory. Okay, that slash. Okay. Okay. So now we get into the white. Okay, cd space white and hit enter, so that you just came into this white folder. So once you have get into the white folder, the command is npm space create of white at the latest. What does it mean? So npm is node package manager. I hope you already know. So npm space create white at latest. So with the help of this one, it is actually one of the way where you can create an React application using the white. Okay, there is a two methodology. One is white and another one is a CRA. So here it is asking me yes or no. I'm going to type Y and then enter. So what it will do, it will install the required package. Like, look out that it is asking me the question, need to install the following package, create -white 5.2.3. That is the latest version. So it is automatically installed. Even if you want to specify your own version also, you can install. To do that, npm space create space white at the rate. You can represent the version number if you really wanted. Otherwise, you can just put up a latest and hit enter. And now it is asking me the project name. Okay, so I'm going to give the project name like sample underscore white. Okay, that's what the project name. I'm going to hit enter. So whenever you're really hitting enter, you can see it is showing you a lot of options. What type of framework you really wanted to use? Okay, is it JavaScript vanilla, or Vue, or React, or Preact, or Let, or Svelte, or Solid, or Quake, or others? So out of that, here we are going to choose the React by using a down arrow in your keyboard. You can just choose a React and you can hit enter. So now it is asking you whether do you really going for the TypeScript or JavaScript. So of course, I'm going for the JavaScript. Even you can do it with the help of the TypeScript, but right now we are jumping onto the JavaScript. So I'm going to come into the JavaScript and I'm going to hit enter. So whenever you hit enter, look at that. It automatically created the whole complete directory inside this white, which is having a public folder, it is having a normal icon, white.svg icon. And inside the source, it is having an assets folder, CSS files, JSX files. And here we have the CSS and main.jsx. And here we have another CGS file and git ignore files and index.html, package.json. Whenever you're really kicking out the package.json, so what version, what the project name of yours, and what is the version you are using, and what is the type and script, every detail which has been shown on the package.json. And readme file, on the readme it is just showing some information. And white.config.js, that config files, information, all the things which is going to be set up. So guys, are you clear about the first methodology? If you are clear about the project creation using white, you just post white in your live chat, guys. Okay, that's what the thing. So that's how you can able to create the project using a white. Even here it is asking me the methodology, like you can install that packages if it is needed. So first of all, you need to go into the, directory. I mean, the project directory. So I'm going to type cd space sample white. You can press tab in your keyboard once after you have typed the 2 characters and hit enter. So we have into the directory and you can type npm space install or I. Both are same. So yes, wait a minute, let me show it properly. Okay, npm space I. So what it will do is it will install all the required packages which has been needed for this white project which we have created. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. Okay, look at that. So it will take some time. Okay, so it will take time and it will install that all the required packages which is required for this project React with white. Okay. So there is a 2 ways. Again, I'm telling you. One is React with CRA. You can able to create the React application using a CRA, or you can create a React application using a white. But while comparing with the CRA, white is much faster. A lot of people have using that. So that's why I really want to show you both. Okay. So hope you are clear with this, guys. So yes. Ta-da, that's it. Okay. So look at that. So 103 packages are looking for funding. Okay, not like that. Added 278 packages. Everything is done. Okay, so now it is ready to execute the program if you really want it. This is what the white is. We guys have set up the white, and of course, you all know, right? If you really want to create and if you want to start writing the program, you can write the program here. So that can be done. Okay, normal. It's very easy. Okay, so first of all, we guys have created a application with the help of the white. At the same time, now we are really going into the second step. I mean, the second methodology. We are going to create an application using this CRA. Okay, that's where we are really going to do. Okay, yeah. So here we have create React app. That's what the CRA means. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to minimize it. Now I'm going to come into the CRA path. What I can do is you can type cd ... to come backside from the directory. So you can just type cd ... to come backside of it. And right now cd space CRA and hit enter. Now we are inside the CRA right now. We came completely out of the white in the terminal. And now we came into the CRA right now. So once you have came into the CRA, so what is the command to create the React application using CRA is, so that's what the command is. npx space create -react -app, and for that you need to give the name. And for the white, what we have given sample white, and for CRA we can give some name like sample CRA. Okay, so npx space create -react -app space and the name for the project, because previously in the white it asked us the name to give the project name, but here we need to give us like an additional value. So npx space create react app space your application name, project name, project title, so sample underscore CRA. I'm going to hit enter. So again, same as like the before. So now it is going to create the basic applications requirement with the help of the CRA right now. So guys, are you clear? So if you are super clear, you just post SE Sanjay in your lecture, guys. Look at that. We are creating an application in two ways. One is using a white, another one is using a CRA. That's it. Is it clear? If it is super clear, just give your comments in the live chat. Martin, super clear. That's great. That's great. Thank you so much, first of all. You people are really amazing. Okay, you are in a good way, because a lot of people used to start the session and they will be giving up in between, but you people have to keep on attending the session. So that's really a commendable thing. That's awesome. So you are in a right path. Okay, so right now it is creating all the required files for the CRA. Look out that package.json. So whatever you're clicking that, name is sample CRA and version is 0.1.0. Likewise, okay, let it complete it first. Okay, so this is the place where we are going to start write our program to create the components and whatever the code which is be needed, we are going to do in here. Okay, and even in this today's session, I plan to show you two projects, but both the project is gonna be same. But only difference is going to be like how you are going to do it in a very simplest form of the way, or else how you can able to do it in some advanced, real life application view kind of thing. So that is the plan which I've made. So here we have two projects. One is a to-do list, a mini project. Okay, we can able to complete it much faster than you think. And then here we have the task management system, which might be somewhat bigger, because in this task management system, the project 2, where we guys have tried to do that project bigger to utilize all type of feature which is available in the React. Not everything, just majority thing or something. So that's why this project is a bit huge. I'm going to make you to analyze every code. But other than that, right now we are going to do in this as well. Okay, yes, still it is creating. So first of all, what we guys have did, we are creating an application by passing the name. So it is going to take some time and it is going to load and it is going to complete it. Once it is completed, you need to go into the folder. To go into the folder, the command you need to use is a CD. So CD space that directory which you have created, and then you can hit npm space start. Okay, even previously we haven't enabled, I haven't shown you how to start it, but yeah, other than that, even here I've clearly explained, I think so. Yes, if you really want to start it, you can run the white application using the command like npm space run space dev. This is the command how you can able to run the white application. Whereas if you really want to run the CRA application, the application which has been created by a CRA, so you can able to run it with the help of the another command. Okay, so I'll be showing you, which is like npm space start. Okay, there is a difference. Npm space run space dev for white and npm space start for CRA. So guys, hope you are clear with this. Are you all with me? So if you are with me, just post with you in your live chat. Okay, so yes, CRA is running right now. So once that CRA has been opened, once that application has got completely opened, so we are going to start writing all the script which is needed. Okay, sometimes you'll be writing, the CSS or anything. You'll be writing it. Look how that. So it just completed. So it is showing you npm space start to run the development server, npm space run space build to build the files, or npm space test, or npm space run eject, remove those tools and copies, build dependencies, configuration files, and script into the app directory. If you do this, you can't go back. So likewise, there are a lot of syntax which has been shown. So first of all, we need to go into the folder first. So first of all, what you can do is you can type ls. Okay, so it is showing the directories. So cd space, the folder name is sample CRA. So I'm going to type cd space sample CRA. I'm pressing simply a tab. Okay, don't think I'm typed like // and all. No, no need to do that. So simply I'm hitting enter. So now I'm inside this folder. So what is the command they have suggested to start the server? Npm space start. You can simply type npm space start. If you are hitting enter, that's it. So it will load and it will open that in a, it will open out in the local system. Yeah, it's okay. So starting the development server. So I'm just going to open it. Ta-da! So look how that. Okay, localhost 3000. This is how the it just opened the React application in a localhost. So whatever the modification which you are really making in here, so that is going to be there. Okay, one of the dependencies, Babel present React app is importing. Okay, without declaring its dependencies. This is currently working. Okay. No problem. I think we can just check it out. Okay, webpack compiled successfully. Yes. So now our application is ready to write the code. Okay. So now it is just showing you. Okay, Sanjay, you might ask, Sanjay, how it is really having one icon? Automatically the icon is getting scrolled. And there is a command like edit src/app.json, save to load. How it is, Sanjay? Because when the application has been created by the CRA, it automatically created a lot of program. Okay, for an example, the very important file, what they have told is app.js. Okay, go into the directory and locate where your app.js lies. Look how that. Whenever you're clicking that app.js, so it contains this. Look how that. So function of app, and it is having all the dev names, app header, app -logo, alt logo. And here we have a code src /app.js code and save and reload. So this is what the text is just printed. Okay, as a default, they have just shown this page. Okay, don't get scared. What does mean by this? Why the program is very much bigger? Don't think on the way. It is very simple. It is a default view of this default application once it got installed. Are you clear with this, guys? If you are clear, you just post clear Sanjay in your live chat. So that's what the thing. Okay. So we have a function app. Okay. Don't get scared. I'll show you what does that mean by this and etc. etc. But other than that, first of all, just see, okay, how it really looks like. So it is having that text which has got printed in that real server. And even if you are really going here and look out that inside the code, if I'm really typing inside the paragraph tag, okay, have you watched it? Inside the paragraph tag, it is going to be there. So it is going to keep on compiling and showing again. Look how that edit src Sanjay. Okay, so because I've modified the code, so that's what this code is. Okay, this is how the React application can be created. And hereafter, we can able to create whatever the file which is needed and whatever the thing which is all needed. We can just play with this. So are you ready to play a little bit? If you are ready to play a bit, you just post ready Sanjay in your live chat. So first of all, what we are going to do is, you have this app.js. Okay, first of all, let me go through the places, the directories. So first of all, here we have a node modules, whatever all the node modules, which is all going to be present inside it. That's what the node module is all about. And second thing is a public. Inside the public, it is going to have a default index.html file, which is a normal default, which is having like React app. And inside the body, it is going to have only one div called the root. Okay, that's what the root, which is going to navigate into it, and it is going to show you all the files. And it is also having the logo. So this is the logo here we have. So this is the two logo which has been there. And here we have some text files. This is all been created by itself, okay, inside the public folder. But whereas inside the source src directory, you can see there are a lot of files which has been created by itself. It created setup test.js. It created report web vitals or something. And it is having an index.js. Index.js is sometimes moreover it is going to be needed. So here we have. And here we have app.js. So likewise, it is going to create a lot of files by itself. Even if you really don't want these things and all, you can just simply delete it if you really wanted to delete it. And git ignore. So git ignore is there. And here we have a package, log.json and package.json, whatever the versions and those information which is going to be there. So this is what the thing which we have. So right now, whenever you all start creating the React application, the first thing you need to do is go into the source and create one folder called components. Keep all your components inside this components folder so that it can be easily accessible when comparing with other things. Okay, even inside the source, create one folder for image or video, because we have already learned how to organize things, especially in the program, right? So here we have created a components. So inside the component, we can create something. Okay, for an example, first of all, what we can do is we can able to create some more files into it. Okay, to create some more files, first of all, what we are going to do is inside the component, I'm going to create a new file. So for that new file, I'm going to give the new name for it, because based on the name, we are going to access that certain component. So I'm going to give the name like message.js, because it is a JSON file, of course. So right now it is a fresh JSON. Okay. So as I've already told you, whenever you are creating a component is nothing but if there is a Netflix, for the navigation bar, it is going to have one, we are going to create the navigation bar. We are going to create as an individual component. And for the certain hero section, we are going to create as like an individual component. So likewise, you are going to create each and every individual things as a individual components. So that component can be created by two ways. One way, you can create it as like a class kind of thing, or else you can create in terms of like a function oriented. So for an example, here we have created one function. Here we have created one component called message.js. So it is going to be based on the function, because majority of the time you are going to create as like a function. Okay. Okay, function. So first of all, we are going to give the name for the function. So always, whenever you are giving the name for the function, try to give the name with an uppercase at the first letter. Okay. So I'm going to give the name like message. So that is what my function name. So once you have created the function, function and space function name, and just open braces and close braces, and just open braces, I mean the curly braces, just open it. Inside this, here we are going to write something which is needed to be done in the output. Okay, so always whenever you are really writing, or whenever you are really creating this type of function oriented components and something, so if it is a function, of course it is going to be having a return in it, right? So whenever it is having a return, either if you're really having a return, but the output or the statement which you are going to write it in a single line, you can write it in this way. Or Sanjay, it is going to have a multiple line, Sanjay. If it is so, then you can just use this brace or normal braces. And inside here, you can able to write whatever you really want. So here you will be writing, for an example, I'm going to use H1 and I'm going to put the message like hello world. So here, a lot of people used to think, Sanjay, it is a HTML kind of thing. Guys, it is not just a normal HTML. Okay. So it is not a normal HTML. I'll show you that. Don't worry about it. So first of all, inside this component, the message component, we guys have printed one message in the heading tag. That's it. Heading, and just a heading. We haven't done anything. But does it will display it in output? Definitely not. It is like a function. Okay. It is like one component we have created, but still now we haven't called it. Then how it will show, right? Are you clear? So first of all, we guys have created a function. So whenever people or whenever we are really using this component, it is needed to export it properly. So we are going to use the export keyword, export space default of that message, which is going to be there. So that's what we guys have done right now. So guys, is it clear? Is this part of the program is clear? If this part of the program is clear, you just post clear Sanjay in your live chat. Okay. So it is a one component like a navigation bar, like a menu bar, like a logo, like a title, like a paragraph, not like a single paragraph. I'm talking about the whole section. So for an example, if you are really creating, okay, in this, so this is one component, which I will create only one component and I'll duplicate for the three. But what we have did in a previous HTML program, we have created 3 times. So one is for autonomous car, another one is for project 1 title, another one is for project 1 title. For 3 projects, we have created 3 times, and we have changed the title, we have changed the description, we have changed the button, links and all. But that can be easily done with the help of this, by creating as like a component. So that certain section, like with the thumbnail, one thumbnail at the top, and one title, one description, and no more button with one round corner, one rectangle. So that can be created as like a component. So inside the component, you can just manipulate the data. So guys, are you clear? If you are clear with this, you just post clear Sanjay in your live chat. So first of all, we guys have created the component first, but we haven't called it still. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going into the main file, which is like app.js file. Simply, I'm going to select everything and I'm going to delete it. So once I deleted it, what it will happen? Nothing will happen, right? So there is nothing because I've completely deleted whatever the code which has been written inside this, app.js, because app.js is the very important file where it is going to access all the components and everything which is going to be fetched from the app.js and which is going to be displayed in the output. But right now I just deleted it. So since I deleted it, so now let us start write something. Like here I'm going to create that function, of course. So what is that function is? Which is like app, and I'm going to open it. Same thing. Okay, guys, are you all really seeing? It is really like the same syntax which we have created as like a function, because it is a JavaScript, of course, right? So both the things is going to be same. Of course, what we are going to do? So it is going to return something. Okay. So in the return, now let me give like this. So inside the return, it is going to do some function, or it need to do some function. So, and I hope you all already remember what it really returned in the previous app. It created something inside the div, right? I hope you all remember that. So once it is having that div, inside that div, it is going to execute something. Okay, let it be like this. Okay, inside this div, we are going to write what it need to call, or etc. etc. We are going to write it. And before that, first of all, we need to export that export of default. And here we have our app. Okay, this is the basic thing. So first of all, create a function space, the name, and open and close brace parenthesis, just close it. And then curly braces, just open it, and return close, and function close, and export that app, export that function. Guys, are you all super clear about the JavaScript syntax? You just post SC Sanjay in your live chat. Just simply, we guys have created a function of app. This is the syntax. Even you are creating, look how that even in the message also it is same, but it is returning hello world differently. But here we haven't returned anything up to this point. That's it. So how it will work is, so here I have a main application function. So I want to call my component. One component which I've already created is a message component. Now I want to bring that component into my into my main app.js. To import that, it's going to be very simple. So import space message, because message is the thing, because look how that automatically it just completed, because it is the message which I've already created here, message.js. It is one of the component. So import space message from components message. I'm going to autofill it. Okay, that's it. Okay, message is defined but never used. Okay. So what it is really showing you as message is defined. We have imported the message, but we haven't used it, right? So that's why what we are going to do in here, inside this div, we are going to bring that message into it. So guys, case sensitivity is also a very important thing. Just consider that as well. So message open and message close. That's it. And right now, if you are seeing this project, hello world. That's it. Okay. So here we are doing a communication between the main app.js from the multiple components which we guys have created. Even this in this program, even you can create in this way. So open close or something like this, or else you can also do like this as well. Okay, this is also equals to open close. Okay, so we have did it in a single word. So yeah, look how that it is a hello world. So guys, are you super clear with this? So if you are satisfied, you just post satisfied Sanjay in your live chat. So this is how you can just play with your play with your applications. So here we don't need this setup test.js. So what do you need to do? So if you really want to check it out by deleting it, delete it and check it out whether there is any no change. You can just simply delete it. Okay, these files are not needed. These files, an index you can keep, and even if you really wanted to modify the CSS to do a formatting there, you can just do it here, index.js, CSS, and etc. Okay, here we have did only two modification, two files. One is message.js and app.js. Even if you are really creating another component, you can just go here and you can create a file, and this is like message or 2.js or something, or logo or anything. Okay, you can just create in this way, and you can just go here and you can just paste it. This is Sanjay from Warriors community. Okay, so likewise you can just create another component, and if you really want to fetch it that here, what do you need to do? You need to import that first. Okay, we forgot to change the name of it. So message 2. We have did it properly, and here message 2 is here. So from we guys have messaged it, and even inside the div, if you really want to call the next message or something, you can just call like this. Okay, so guys, is it clear? If it is super clear, you just post super clear Sanjay in your live chat. So what is the speciality? So what is a lot of advantages? Even I have listed everything in this document. Please go and refer it. So there are a lot of flexibility out there. So when you really need, you can fetch that and you can just bring into your code and you can just deploy it. So that's what this sample we guys have did. Okay. And in this time, I would like to show you another demo as well. So let me close it. So another real demo and, showing this part. So to-do list app. Okay, I have did in the same way, but additionally I've created furthermore components into it. So let me show you. Open with code. Yeah, so here I've got it. And look how that. Inside the component, I have two components right now. One is to-do list.js and another one is a to-do form. Okay, first I will show you an output, then you'll understand what does it mean. And here we have app.js as well. Okay, these are the three things. So this is what the to-do list. First of all, we guys have created the two components. One is to-do form for adding a task. You will be adding a task, right? Then in the text box, you'll be writing it and it is going to be added. And to-do list for displaying the task. So we have created another component like to-do list for displaying. One is for to-do form, where you'll be typing text and you'll hit enter. That will be added as a task. And to-do list for displaying the task. And then, which is going to be integrated with the main application app.js. That's what the 3 code which is all about. Very, very simple. Okay. So in here, first of all, what we can do is, first of all, you just open the terminal. So even you can press Control and then tilde symbol in your laptop so that you can able to get that terminal as a shortcut. So once you have got that, first of all, we wanted to be inside this React to-do app. Are we inside the React to-do app? Yes. And then here we have wanted to execute the instruction to start the server. npm space start. Okay. So whenever you are starting it, you will see that and you will understand what is it really doing. And also, before I've told you something, which is like whenever you are writing whenever you are really seeing the HTML into it. Okay, first of all, let us see the output. Okay, so now it is showing you to-do list, and here it is having a enter a task. So in the enter the task, I want to complete, a mockup submit. So mockup has been added, and the next task, which is like image design, video design, and this. Guys, are you clear? So is the page is got refreshed? Have you noticed that? Is the page refreshed? Just give your comments in the live chat, guys. Is the page got refreshed? No, the page not got refreshed, right? Even if I'm deleting anything from here, look out that the page is not refreshing. It is varying just here. So that's where this, the single page application can be done amazingly. And another very important thing which I really want to share with you, before I've told you, even though you have written, the tag like heading tag or HTML tag, or the tags which you have used, right? So those tags which has been, you will as a normal people will be thinking that as like a normal HTML. But it is a JavaScript XML that is known as JSX. Okay, it is not a normal HTML, it is a JavaScript XML. So you just look at that. The HTML code inside the JavaScript. Okay, carefully watch it. Here we have created the first to-do form.js. It is one of the component. So import space React, use state from React. Guys, even I've given you the clear each and everything line by line explanation here. So just refer it if you really want it. So we are really considering the current state. First of all, it really want to record the user state. While talking about the use state. So in this application, here it want to wait for the people's typing, and whenever people are submitting it, that's going to be recorded. That's what the thing. So that's what the to-do form. The to-do form is only for this one. This section is only for the to-do form. So constant user input, set user input, use state, which is empty. So state to keep track of the user input. Constant handle submit is equals to use. So prevent the form from submitting in the traditional way. Guys, don't worry about it. Definitely we are going to learn this on upcoming days. But today, up to the previous sample part itself, the session has been completed. But this is the next way where you can just go and just check it out. Okay, because on the upcoming days, we are going to learn in very detail about how you can able to create the end-to-end application and what is all each and every lines of program and all. But here, you guys have created one function to record the users, input. Like here we have an enter a task, which is like a placeholder. And whenever people are entering, again, the placeholder need to be enter a task. And again, the cursor is going to be there. And whenever the submit button has been clicked, it is going to keep on, appending into the next thing, which is like a to-do list. The to-do list is the place where these things are going to be called as a to-do list. Okay, whatever the task which has been returned, the to-do list has been there with the delete button. Whenever the delete button has been hit, so that task is needed to be removed. That certain specific task. That's why the index has been passed. It is like getting an ID. So that specific task is going to be removed whenever that delete button has been clicked. that both the components. So here, if you have clearly noticed this, in this app.js, to-do list as a heading 1 tag, which has been already present in this app.js. But even inside this app.js, we have called the to-do form component first. This is the to-do component first. And then we guys have called the to-do list components. So that's why, first of all, it has been printed, and then it printed, and then third thing, it has got printed. So that's how this application works. Guys, are you guys really getting an idea about how React works? I know you are not clear about what is meant by this task.slice or 0/index or index plus plus. I know you might have a confusion. What is meant by that use state, user input, tasks. So yeah, I really can able to hear your mind voice. But other than that, first of all, right now, are you clear about how it really works? Okay, the components are there. We are accessing the component from the certain directory like components folder. And we guys have used inside it, first of all, state to hold the list of the task. Okay, so that's what the first state. And then here we have add a new task to the task array. So it is like whenever you are really hitting submit, so it is going to keep on adding it. And remove task, whenever you are deleting that button, whenever you're clicking the delete button, that task is going to be removed. And inside that div, we guys have created that JSX. Okay, the HTML inside the JavaScript, which is like JSX. So here we have this. And even I would like to show you another thing to you. This is the same thing. Okay, normal it is actually a very simple thing. Only 3 files. Okay, to do form.js and to do list.js and op.js. We haven't did any formatting or CSS, nothing. Okay, we haven't did anything bigger. But at the same time, if you are going for the another project, which is like task manager, the same project, but which has been did with the good themes in a real life deployment. So if you are really doing it in a real deployment, so how it should looks like, right? So we have used some themes and etc. Even inside this, look at that. Here we have a components menu separately. Inside the components menu, here we have app.js. Here we have task.js. So here we have this app. And here we have the task form. Each and everything which has been separated as like a normal individual components. And even here we have a context. Okay, how the contacts need to be displayed. I'll show you the output, then you'll understand why there are a lot of components like this. Okay, yeah, everything is clear. And right now, open the terminal. Okay, so even in the doc, I've given the clear explanation about the first thing, which is the second as well. So before exploring these projects and all, if you really wanted to explore this source code, if you really wanted to explore by yourself, you just go through this documentation, which I've given in detail, even while comparing one versus the two. So first project and second project is the same, but how we guys have changed each and every stuff. So everything which has been updated in the doc, it might be looking like big, but you can just go and refer it. It is going to be really good to go, good to start. Okay, yes. So now we have got that. And now let me type npm space. Okay, so now let us see this project. Okay, actually here I have two to-do lists. One is small, a mini project kind of thing. Another one is small, somewhat big. Okay, I want to run it again. Yes. So why? Yes, it's going to restart that the local host, and it's going to display the next output. Okay, React app is getting loaded. So guys, can you able to see the difference between this versus the this? Okay, this the project 1 versus the project 2. If you can able to easily simply see that, you just post yes Sanjay in your live chat. So that's what the difference is. Here, when you are seeing that, can you able to relate with something? Can you able to relate with how it is really looking like? Let us see who is going to find that thing. Okay, yes, image, video, mockup. So guys, how the view it really looks like. The view it really looks like a Google. Is it so? Is it there? Because whenever you are really navigating into Gmail or something, it will be looking like this. So whenever we have clicked at outside of this window, so it is really looking like whenever you are really clicking that, it is moving on to here. So that is what the view, right? It is like looking very professional. So this art task button also, it is really looking like the Google's view, and also look out that how it really looks like. There is a very huge difference between this versus this. And a lot of people guessing point is, Sanjay, you might have used CSS for it, Sanjay. That's why it is really looking like that. Guys, while talking about this, this React.js, as I've already told you, there are some pre-built components and pre-built facilities which is going to be available. So you can simply use that and you can get that UI. You don't want to do all by yourself. Look at that here at MUI/material. This brought that UI by itself. I haven't did that. I haven't written the CSS code for how my button should looks like. Is it amazing? Yes, exactly. Google form, Hiral. That's amazing. So that's what the thing. So this add task button is there, right? This button view is looking like a Google. So you can fetch that certain package and you can bring into this program so that your complete application will be changed on that view. Is it amazing? If it is amazing, you just post AG Sanjay in your lecture, guys. So that's what the difference between first and second. In the while comparing with the first and then second project, Material UI, which offers pre-built components that follow the Google's material design guidelines, which include sophisticated visual and interaction design patterns out of the box. This introduces additional complexity due to this theming and styling and components property, integration complexity. Yeah, so it included, but other than that, the view is really looking good. Right? So that has been done completely with the help of Material UI, which we guys have brought into the program here. Okay, Material UI. Look how that. So in the task form, we guys have brought into it. In the app.js, we guys have brought the Material UI and its styles. And in the task.js also, we guys have brought that. Okay, that's what the thing. Even if you really don't want to increase the complexity of that thing and all, you can just do it by yourself by using a CSS, because it is also having a CSS. And second thing, which is a state management and context API. In more complex application like the first project, there might be more sophisticated state management needs, because it really wanted to find out what is the global state, how it really want to be displayed first, and what it should be wait for, and when that thing, like whenever you are hitting enter, what it should be displayed. Like while talking about the context API, used to manage and share state across the multiple components. Because as you just see here in this project, here we have two components. One component is this one, and second component is this. So one component is to just to record my input. Okay, so it just to record my input. That's what the one component is. And there is a second component to display that task as a list. Look out that here we have a task form separately, and task separately, and task list separately, task content separately. For each and everything, we have created individual component for very, very complete, customizability. So while talking about that, we can able to use this context API. With the help of that, we can able to communicate between this component versus this component versus this. That can be done easily with the help of the state management and context API. And also some of the features we guys have did, like responsive design, how it really going to looks like in the responsive design part. Let me check. Look how that. It is really looking amazing. You know, it's looking great, right? So this is how we can able to play with this. Even it is really amazingly responsive, but let us try this. Inspect. It's mess. Okay, it is not looking good at all. No formatting, nothing. So, but other than that, this is really looking good, right? So that's how you can able to do. It is all based on the components With the help of the components, we can create each and every individual part of our website as like individual components, and we can bring everything together inside this app.js to look like this. So if you really love this today's session, you just post, I love this, Sanjay, in your live chat. I will be scheduling as a task for you as well, guys. Please do us like a task. Please try to explore how the code has been written. Don't worry, the paid participants, I'll be giving you this complete source code, and video has been already uploaded. This video is also going to be uploaded for you. Don't worry about it. So please try to go and explore the code, how it has been written. And on the upcoming days, I will be teaching you very in detail about the React.js and how to use on the Angular and etc. etc. We'll be covering a lot of things on the upcoming days. Okay, so be excited for it. So that's what this today's session is all about. And already previous days videos has been uploaded, I think so right now. So please check it out. And this video is also going to be uploaded today itself. So I hope you have got it. Okay. So, and if you have any questions also, you can ask. Okay. So Adarsh Gupta, I love this, Sanjay. Thank you so much. Rutesh, Meghna, Besant Kumar, Praveen Kumar, please go and do it. Okay. Because instead of just listening, learning, please go and do it. I will be scheduling this too as well as a task in here. So please go and do it. Other than that, if you have any questions also, you can ask. So if you want to update or change the component, simply rewrite the code of the component. Yes, exactly. Because Martin, you just imagine you have created a Netflix clone, and the navbar is there. But the same navbar need to be displayed in multiple pages. So if you are really changing on only one on that component itself, that will be changed on the navbar in every website. Yeah, that's what the thing. So that's what the thing. Yeah. I love this course very much. Oh my God, Yash Raj, that's great. Love it, love it. Today's session was kind of interesting. That's great. Okay. So where you created a mind map. This mind map has been created by the tool like Xmind. Okay, this tool is Xmind. This is the tool which we have used to create it. Guys, another very important thing which we have forgot. Even in add-ins, I've given you this JSX codes compiler. So what you can do is you can check it out, this URL. Okay, the online compiler where you can able to see how that code will be looking like. Okay, just visit this URL. Okay, it is Bebel.js. I think I've misspelled it. Bebel. Slash REPL. I think it has been obsolete. Slash. Okay, it's loading. Okay, for an example, if you are really seeing here, here we have on the left hand side. So I'm going to write the advent tag, H-Ingwen tag. Okay, hello world. Okay, I'm just going to close it. Okay, so this is how the JSX code will convert it. Because all remember, we have already discussed about the DOM. Right, we have even had a separate session for the DOM itself. Right, I hope you all remember. So while talking about the DOM, while talking about the DOM session, so we guys have written the lot of DOM script like DOM, each and every time you guys have written the DOM to access the certain element. If you are really wanted to access the element of, if you want to access the element of the heading tags or the navbar or something, you'll be writing all the DOM script and all. But while talking about this React, it will be doing us like a backend like this. Okay. So whenever you look at that, so H1, hello world H1. So this is which I have written, but how it will convert as like a React JavaScript, the HTML inside this JavaScript. So that's what the JSX. So it will convert everything like this. It will be at the backend. So we are not going to see that. But other than that, how it will convert as a backend is, this is the demo. Okay, here I typed hello world. This is how it looks like. And if I'm having a paragraph tag, this is Sanjay. Okay, look at that. So normally in a HTML program, we won't put a semicolon. We won't put a semicolon. We'll be writing like H1, H2, a paragraph tag or image tag or whatever. But it is not the same because it is really looking like a JSX. So that's why here it is asking me to put a semicolon. So once I have entered the semicolon, so how it is just going to form like import JSX as JSX from the React JSX runtime. And children is like a property, hello world, and another children which is like this is Sanjay from Boris Way. It is actually a paragraph tag, whereas it is a doing heading one tag. This is how it will convert. Okay, so go and check it out. Try to do it. Okay, try to practice and etc. So definitely you'll get to have this. Okay, so yes, Sandeep Kumar. Okay, you have any message? I can't see any message, Sandeep. What do you want, Sandeep? How can I help you? I mailed you so many times. Yeah, what do you? Netflix, I haven't worked a bit, Anis. Definitely you'll get the next update on the Netflix. Did you completed your Netflix, Anis? All people, did you completed your Netflix, existing Netflix heroic section part? If you have completed it, you just post I did. Because why I passed the Netflix a bit is because we can't do everything for the rest of the normal thing. For an example, let me show you the real demo. Okay. So if it is a Netflix, okay. So in this Netflix, if you're scrolling down, this is one element. So one thing, okay, which is like a thumbnail. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this Netflix is all about those things. It is going to have the series of, all the movies and web series and etc. etc. So as a normal HTML user, we will be doing a normal individual section of the code. So one for the Spider-Man 2, another one is for Jurassic World. So likewise, we'll be creating. So on that, instead of doing that, we are going to create as like a component individually. And we are going to call when it is required on that inside a certain component like this. We are going to first put Spider-Man Far From Home data. And then because database still now we haven't explored. So we are waiting for the database. Once you have crossed the database, we will be knowing how you can able to pass that, change the things into that component. And all of us does into the component. And Spider-Man across the Spider-Verse into the component. So likewise, you can able to pass into it. So that can be done with the help of this thing. Okay. So that's why we are really waiting for. So definitely we'll be doing it. Okay. Bandita, I cannot access all video regarding courses. Oh my God, Bandita, what you do is, Bandita, please give your email ID and your WhatsApp number in the live chat, Bandita, so that I can share it with my team so that my team can able to solve your issue right now, Bandita. Basant Kumar, in the final stage of Netflix. That's amazing, Basant Kumar. That's amazing. If the React is only library, can we use JavaScript as a usual in the project? You can use a JavaScript, normal JavaScript as well as in the project because it's all about us. Okay, because if you are really simply using a normal JavaScript, if it is a complex design and a lot of structure which is out there, your number of lines of code is going to be there. You need to spend a lot of times on writing, etc., etc. So instead, you can able to solve it somewhat easily with the help of by using this type of libraries, JavaScript libraries. Okay, Bandita, I got your email ID. I'll be enrolling your courses to your email ID, Bandita. So I'm forwarding that to my team, Bandita. So my team will be enrolling you. Okay. So guys, other than that, did you guys have enjoyed the session? So if you guys have enjoyed it, you just post enjoyed Sanjay in your live chat. So thank you so much for the people who have attended.